Ah, recording is now recording. Haha. Okay. Alright. We are live. Hello. Welcome in, Sweet Juicy. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. There we go. So, let's figure out what we're playing today. Ah, it is Skyrim. It's kind of feeling like Skyrim anyways. Okay. Let's get to it. Just gotta bring up my mod list, and then change the title. Yeah, cleaning is all taken care of. I am ready to go for my inspection tomorrow. And the stream will be going live after the inspection tomorrow. For obvious reasons. Just updating the stream title. Okay. Alright. Let's jump into Skyrim. Game is launching. And it will take a while to launch because we have a lot of mods. It's a nice day today. It's like 60-some degrees Fahrenheit. Probably about 15 Celsius for non-American folk. And, it was warmer in my apartment with the windows closed and the AC on than it is with the windows open and the nice cool breeze coming in. And I think it's less to do with the fact that my air conditioner sucks, because my air conditioner's great, it's fine. But I think it's more the fact of the air is moving and it's very cool without being cold. So, let's have some coffee. $82 here. That's plenty warm. It's also cloudy, so I'm actually going to check the weather app on my phone real quick to see if we're expecting any weather. Any inclement weather. It says it's supposed to rain later. It's probably just rain, nothing else. Yeah, it's 60. Well, it's the high for today is 63. It's actually 59. So it's good, nice, and cool. No rain tomorrow, rain on Wednesday, rain on Thursday, and rain today. But it's supposed to get up to 74 on Wednesday, but otherwise it's going to be a high of 58 on Friday. So it's going to get nice and cool again. I guess Canada's no longer on fire, so our air quality is pretty good right now. While the game launches, let's have coffee. And then I suppose once my inspection is over with, I'm gonna have to get in touch with maintenance and be like, hey, there's a few things that need fixed. The light for my living room, I only have one light bulb out of 3 that is working. So I'm probably just gonna have him replace the whole kit and caboodle. Just so that as soon as he replaces the other 2, the third one doesn't immediately go out. So, and then I need him to fix my leaky faucet. And then I need the toilet seat resecured because it's hanging on by one hinge because one of the bolts, question mark, for the other hinge came undone, so it's no longer attached to the actual toilet, so it kind of just is sliding around. I need to see if I can find that bolt, but the bolt is made of plastic because I think you don't want like ferrous metals interacting with the ceramics of something that is along a water line, so even though the seat bolt is probably nowhere near water, I think it probably is standard practice to have it be made of some sort of plastic. But if not, then it's just a cheap housing plastic. That's really all I need fixed is those 3 things. I have a leaky faucet, toilet seat, and then I need my light bulbs replaced. And I would just buy some light bulbs and have it last longer, but the last 2 times I bought light bulbs, they died in way less time. They're like, oh yeah, it lasts for 2 years. Didn't even last 6 weeks. And then I had to turn around and have maintenance replace it with the light bulbs they give us for free. Because those last for quite a while. Pretty much 2 years now. Oh my goodness, I feel so much better now that I've showered. And I've removed dynamic grip, because apparently it can cause quite a lot of issues. So... I can play in first person again. Okay. Let us Latus Latus continue. Ugh. Tell you what though, I'm tuckered out. I've had a lot more fatigue recently. And you know what I can do to fix that? I can exercise. But what I'm probably going to do is not do any weightlifting, even though that would help. Because that's just going to make me bulk up even more. And I'm gonna start getting into like low intensity cardio. Because now that I moved my mattress back into the bedroom under the bed frame, I gotta sit up straight. Now that I've done that, I pretty much have an open area in my living room that I can exercise in. The Ratway Vaults. That's where I want to go. So I need to check my notes as well. We'll do that when we get topside. I'm gonna have to stay in the tavern for the night.
Watch where you're going, friend.
Okay. There's Lorne. So again, we like to roleplay walk. Not everywhere, but in most places. I see. I was like, what is that on the ground? It was a salad. Okay. Just enjoying the walk. Also, did my lantern burn out? It did. Let's fix that. Let there be light. Oh. Feels good to play games. Because I did enjoy the game showcases this weekend, but man, at the end of it I was just like, I am ready for it to be over so I can get back to playing video games. So yeah. No idea where I am.
Knife. Yes. Book.
Come here. Come
Yes.
here. Come here. Come here.
Bucket. Yes. Ink pot. No.
I'm gonna eat well tonight, my darling. Time to finish this.
Yeah, cannibal in the sewers. Nyaker. Huh. Okay. Yeah, we're in the main quest area, so we gotta find our way out. Boreal Journal of Lathgwen Evenhart, Volume 6. Looks like we're taking that. I believe that's part of a 3D NPC quest. Oh.
Why do you disturb me, mortal? I've nothing to discuss with you.
I wish to know the name of the one who haunts these warrens.
I am Dagrilon, the greatest and most powerful mage who ever lived. But that was then. I live no more.
You certainly smell dead.
You are right to trust your nose, for it reveals the truth where the others lie. Yet you are a fool to use such insolence, for I am as much the harbinger of death as my flesh is slave to its whim.
Knife. Yes. Book.
You mentioned you were a mage.
No, worm, I did not.
No.
To call me a mage is to call the Direni Tower a fortress, and the Red Year a fire. It is a testament to my prowess that I exist on the mortal plane, even as my body decays in death's hollow embrace.
Exactly how old are you?
I have wandered through Tamriel since the day of the Broken Diamond, when Queen Potema reigned in solitude.
Only a lich could survive for such a long period of time.
Like a fish scuttling on land, you flap your gills, your feeble mind attempting to grasp what is beyond your comprehension. Lichdom is a fool's bargain, for necromancers content spending eternity as skinless wraiths. With a sleight of hand, they control their corpse like an avatar, as their souls are bound to phylacteries. I did not prescribe to such cheap necromancer tricks. I sought the path to true immortality through the techniques developed by the Sijic monks.
Somehow I doubt even the Sijics possess such knowledge. Care to elaborate?
The Sijics could send their voices across great distances, their voices manifesting as living ghosts in the ether of conjured space. It is even said that the Sijics could disrupt the flow of time, moving freely in the infinitesimal space between this world and the void. I succeeded in achieving the opposite, to have my body held in stasis as time flowed around me.
Ink pot, stone, bucket, book, knife.
That doesn't seem to be working out too well for you.
Your pathetic taunts mean nothing to me, mortal. Time did not vanquish me. It was betrayal.
Don't worry about Tikrid clipping into me, it's fine. How were you betrayed?
The spell surrounded my body in a cocoon of lost time, at which point I would be invulnerable from all outside influence as time passed around me. However, in the instant I returned to the mortal plane, my body would be at its most vulnerable, as the soul sought to gain control of its faculties.
Bucket, knife.
The assailant knew this, but the fool was careless.
No, no.
What do you mean by careless?
The blow was struck as most of my soul remained in the void, and my body had yet to return to time. When the spell was interrupted, my body became trapped in slowed time. As such, it took 50 years for my soul to regain consciousness. It took 100 years for the dagger's wound to bleed out of my neck. 200 years before I could conjure movement beyond the slow of time. Yet, 2 centuries later, my body still continues to wait for a spell that will never finish and a time that will never resume its normal pace.
Knife. Yes. Book. Yes. Bucket. Yes.
Still alive, I see.
No.
Death is a poor substitute for life, mortal, but the void is a fate worse than both.
There must be a reason for your fixation with death.
Your pitiful mind clings to beginnings and
I'm about to
ends
kill this guy.
when the point of the matter lies between. It is decay that I find abhorrent. Metal rusting, wood withering, skin rotting. This disease of time is what I aimed to rectify. Even now, as you stand here before me, mortal, the sweat pours from your body. The water trickles from the ceiling, cutting away the stone at your feet. The mold grows in the shadows, poisoning the air with its toxic spores. It matters not if the subject is a great man, a majestic palace, or a shrine to the gods. Decay will claim them all.
Decay is a natural part of life. The impermanence of beauty is why it's special.
Foolish thoughts hissed from a tongue that knows only youth. In time, mortal, you will look upon your reflection and see nothing more unnatural.
Never find me.
Okay.
Be gone.
The problem I have with some 3D NPCs, NPCs from the mod, interesting NPCs, which shorthand for interesting NPCs is 3D NPCs. So the problem I have with some of them is, you come across a couple of them, they're like, I'm the best there ever was, you suck, I'm cool, don't you know how cool I am, I'm so strong. It's like, whose OC is this? What fanfiction is being written here? There are cool characters in this mod that don't do that. There are cool characters who have cool quests, and the quests are well written and well designed. There are a few characters in 3D NPC who just have this I'm the protagonist energy, and I don't care for it. So, and because he's undead, I'm gonna tell my followers here to kill him, because I can't do damage to him with my non-silver weapons.
Aye.
You know what?
All right then.
Is this gonna be a crime? If this is gonna be a crime, I'm gonna be pissed. He's literally well, not necessarily undead, but he's literally a threat to, like,
Out with it.
all that talk and he dies in one hit. What a little
Get
bitch.
away with that.
What a little bitch.
Knife. Yes. Book. Yes.
Okay. Now I did save. Let's go find out if he's tied to a quest. Knowing 3D NPCs, he probably is. But let's see. So, Skyrim 3D NPC Dagrilon. So he is tied to a quest, but the quest involves finding one of 3 people. Hold on. And he's one of the 3 people that you could do to finish the quest. And since he's not necessary for that,
No.
yeah. Sorry, bro. I don't put up with NPCs who talk back and act like they're hot shit. Especially that, you know, now that I've killed him, he died in 1 hit. Like a little bitch. I very much detest when NPCs do that in video games. Let's try and find our way out. Well, it'll be easier when I have a filled lantern.
Bucket, knife, book, ink pot, stone. No, no, no.
There's another 3D NPC character who's like that, but she's all like, I'm the best samurai ever. You suck. I'm the best. And it's like, whose fucking weeaboo fanfiction character is this? Now again, the whole mod is not ruined because of a few choice characters. Just, I find those few choice characters very annoying. Because the thing is, it's like, they act like you, the player character, your character is like nothing. It's like, bro, you could be literally the Dragonborn, having gone through a time, using an Elder Scroll to see through a time wound to figure out how to stop Alduin, who's otherwise unkillable. And then you go to, like, the afterlife to do that. And these characters will still say shit like that. And it's like, no. Shush. Okay. Now that I know where I'm going, and I quite like the mod 3D NPCs. I enjoy talking to the characters to figure out their backstory and like who they are, and not just, lol, they're bandit number 2005 and I gotta kill them over and over again.
A little coin always greases the wheel.
So I do quite enjoy the mod, so I hope people don't get the wrong idea. Oh, he hates the mod. It's like, no, it's actually a really good mod. It's just there are some characters who are very unlikable, and based on the way they are written, it is intended that they are unlikable. Because, well, that's...
Well, everyone's wrong. Now why don't you just shut up about it?
You know, some people are just miserable. Since we're a fan of realism over here, it's realistic that some people are just going to be miserable pieces of shit.
What do you want now?
You've been here for a while, right?
I can pay you. Well, I just need a few extra seconds.
What does this look like? The Temple of Mara? Pay your debts, or else.
Okay. Let's go to the tavern. Well, we're not out yet, but we're almost out. Yeah, this is the way out. I might see if I can edit the lantern mod I'm using. Because I'm using a mod with quick light so that
Be careful.
it's an add-on called the Fuelable Framework, and it's got a patch for quick light. And so using my lantern requires fuel, and eventually the fuel runs out, and I gotta add more. So, one thing I want to do is modify the timer on that so that it lasts for an in-game hour. Because it feels like it doesn't last that long. Vanilla music. Ooh. And it's one of the better songs, too. We're gonna wear our lantern and keep our lantern on until we get to the tavern. Now, that's a mod idea that I mentioned to Sakura. So, you know, anybody might do it. But Sakura being Sakura Ledius, Twitch chat regular, and a mod author on Nexus by the name of Andre Alphys. Very cool at what they do. They're very good. I love their mods. Friend of the channel. I mentioned to them that I had a mod idea. Now, I don't care if he does it. I don't care if anyone does it. It's just an idea I had, and I might eventually do it if I don't see it done by anyone else yet. It's a mod where you have to have a torch or a lantern at night in town, or you will get warned by the guards. Because that mechanic is in Kingdom Come Deliverance, but I want that in Skyrim. And you might go, dude, just play Kingdom Come Deliverance. And I would say, you're right. But I also still reserve the right to mod Skyrim how I wish. But we will eventually be playing Kingdom Come Deliverance. Now, here's a thought. I know I said I would focus... Yeah, he's a mod maker. He's really cool. He has such good ideas. It's too bad he has to deal with so much bullshit from the average Nexus user. And, like, normally, if I don't see a bug report section, I see that as a red flag. But considering how Sakura's explained it, the people who used his bug report section don't deserve to have a bug report section. Okay, we can turn our lantern off now. We do, however, need to grab our Mooney. And, also, we fixed the duplicate item glitch we were having. And you might go, why would you fix that? Because I don't want exploits. So what was happening was I have a perk from the mod, or rather I had the perk. I have the perk from the mod Skills of the Wild by another amazing mod author by the name of Jay Serpa. Now, I'm pretty sure there's nothing wrong with their mod, or it's just something wrong with the game that bugged out the mod. But regardless, I have a perk from the cooking tree that makes it so that when I cook an item, it has a chance of giving me a second item for no cost. Pretty cool. Except when I recently did that when I was making a shitload of bear jerky from bear meat, it bugged out and was applying that effect to everything that was getting added to my inventory. Now, if it was a stack of items, it'd only give me one extra. So it's not like I had like 30,000 gold in my inventory and then I'd end up with 60,000, because that's no good either, especially when you consider gold has weight in my game. But it would duplicate items, and since our knapsack container is an item, that would also get duplicated. And since we have limited carry weight and our knapsack weighs, I think, 25 pounds, it sucks to have that take up space in our inventory. I fixed that by setting the global variable of the perk to 0, because it was at 2. So I set it down to 1, tested it, and then I set it down to 0. So it's fixed now. Just started a new character in Skyrim, Nord Mage. She'll be your first character in a long time to not wear armor of any sort. Oh, very nice. Trying some enemy multiplied mod. It just populates dungeons and stuff. Cool. I'm looking at buffering. Yeah. No, I'm not dropping any frames on my end. It's probably just Twitch. Or it could be your internet. Yeah, new characters are always fun when it's a new experience. You get to do all that. Now, I am looking at modding up a second mod list for the Dynasty Warriors mod list.
They do as I say.
So I'm going to be looking at mods to increase enemy spawns.
Maybe it's your breath. How should I know?
They always try to take advantage of me.
A good place
Give
to
them an
keep
inch and
one's
they'll
troubles,
take a mile.
if only for a night.
I'll tell you one thing. If you don't make peace with them soon, you may get a walkout on your hands. Then we'll both be in trouble. If you've got the coin, you're welcome here. Otherwise, hit the road.
I think you've had plenty, Volwolf.
Like to rent a room.
On home.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
I said give me some more drink, or I'll have your head on a pike.
Suit yourself.
What's the word around town?
Crime is an all-time high in this city thanks to the Thieves Guild. Don't we have enough problems with the war going on?
I'd like a refill of water.
Of course.
In fact, I'm going to see if I can purchase her business. I got plenty of money. What can you tell me about Riften?
I can't stand this city. It's impossible to make a decent living here. Crime is at an all-time high in this city thanks to the Thieves Guild. Don't we have enough problems with the war going on?
Things are that bad for you?
Look around you. I'm barely keeping this rat hole together. The war's seen to that. If Maven Blackbriar keeps raising prices on meat, I'll have to resort to watering it down just to make ends meet.
I suppose your specialty is Blackbriar meat, then?
Blackbriar meat for the thirsty, food for the hungry. If only Maven would stop raising the price on it, maybe I could afford to stock more cases.
You could switch to Hunting Brew mead.
That isn't an option. Maven sees me serve a competitor's brand here, and we may as well dig our own graves.
I'd like to make you an offer. Can we talk about your business?
Of course.
I'd like to buy your business.
For that price? Sure. It's all in this note.
Okay. Well,
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
put my money away. As I was saying before I cut myself off, now, I know I said I'd be focusing mostly on Skyrim and Fallout 4. However, I have considered focusing on medieval content only. Which unfortunately does mean no Insurgency and possibly no Fallout 4. But I think at this point I want to finish my Fallout 4 run and then go from there. Because I'm kind of seeing some things on different ends, and you know, like considering things like maybe I should redo my banner art and my profile picture, and like maybe I should you know, maybe I should, you know, not necessarily rebrand because we're still going to be Lou and Remy, but I might restructure some things that were more medieval focused. And I don't want to limit myself to only medieval games, but that's a potentiality. So we will consider that for the future.
If there's anything else you need.
So let me go ahead and switch to my open visor. I do need to see about, let's see, poleaxe. Okay, I have the thrust grip, but I don't have the reversed head. So we still have to add that. Ooh, yeah, that's got to get upgraded. Also, I need to have this count as a battle axe instead of a greatsword, so I guess we're not necessarily going to use it right away. Yeah, I think part of the damage loss is the fact that it's the wrong weapon type. So we'll have to change that as well. Oh, we don't want to favorite that, but I will put that on the wheel. On M. There we go. Of course, we have this sewer slammer. New mace acquired. So it does... There's a 50% chance of dealing fire, frost, and shock, doing 10 points of additional elemental damage. I think it's technically chaos damage, but it's fire, frost, and shock all at the same time, so...
Hello, friend.
So then let's go upstairs.
Be brief, Imperial. There's only so long I can stand being downwind of your stench.
He won't be talking
Glad to see you
shit
finally
when I...
came to your senses. Ready to make some coin?
How can I help?
I like how she's like, how can I... Whoa! Look, get out of the way. Got some moderate comp. This is our bed, right? No. It is not our bed. I have to remember our room is across from the stairwell. Okay. My butter. Fine, just place... Tickrid, you can hold it in the air. Hold it open for me. Very silly. Am I well sated yet? There we go. Okay, let's put the rest away. All right. Let's stay in shape. Oh, clipping into the bed. And then we'll pray. We will pray to Saint Alessia. Alright. I don't think I want to talk to Raynes just yet, because that's going to take us to... We've confronted Sarthis Idrin. I think Raynes is going to take us to not where we're going, so we need to actually go to Markarth. So let's check our journal real quick. Our actual proper journal, so I forgot to do this the first time. Alright. So we need to do the Book of Love. I think it's called Brother's Keeper. Brother and Keeper. Take Raynes to the Bee and Barb. So where's Raynes? Well, time to do some magic. This is why I need that one mod that summons followers so I can summon Raynes. So 3D NPCs, Skyrim, Raynes. Okay, so then help Raynes. Okay, so move Prid 170F 50B9 and then move to player. I think he's trying to sandbox to his spot, so we'll go downstairs again. So we just gotta wait for Raynes to come downstairs, although I can certainly help him get down here.
You've got a fine look about you.
Glad to see you finally came to your senses. Ready to make some coin?
This town is rife with lawbreakers. What leads can you offer?
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Okay.
It looks like we have new prey to catch. This one is an especially loathsome lawbreaker.
Good. I relish the chance to hunt lawbreakers.
You and me both, sweet. I can only hope this time we'll have a suitable witness. Someone with a high tolerance for pain. He was last seen in East March, but a fetcher on the run doesn't stay at the Kandahar Hall. There's an old inn to the west of that place. 100 gold crowns says that's where he'll be.
Okay. Meet me at the Nightgate Inn.
Fine.
We gotta go to Markarth. I'll do this later. Although I suppose it would behoove me to get things taken care of on this end of Skyrim first. Alright, let's go to bed. And then we'll bring up our chat again, because I had to have the 3D NPC thing up so I could figure out what to do. Just got another medical bill. Yeah, that happens. Okay. Okay. Let's stay in shape again. Let's pray. Since we're going to be traveling on the east end of Skyrim, I will probably pray to... Probably pray to Stendar. Put my visor down. Alright, let's get out there. We are going to travel to Nightgate Inn. Just kind of wondering to myself how many VTubers are out there that focus on medieval things. Okay, we want to go... You're going to play Fallout 4? Nice. Might as well go out the north entrance. Hi, Remy. Hi. What? Now, of course, we're not running VTube Studio right now. We do have our VTube model up, quote-unquote. But we are not running VTube Studio at the moment because it is too hefty for my PC to run while also running OBS and heavily modded Skyrim. Remy? Remy? What are you doing? Hi? Do you want to cuddle? Gonna need you to go over there for a minute. Hi, Remy. Hi, baby
Nice weather
boy.
for a journey, eh?
Indeed, Bjorn. Hi, Remy. Hey. How's your chin acne doing? It's slightly better. You don't really care for medieval except Skyrim? Fair enough. Again, I'm not saying no more other video games. I'm just saying I'm considering medieval focused video games. Is that a good boy? Yeah, Remy. Remy's such a good little kitty. So, it is now officially spring in Skyrim. We are of course using the mod Seasons of Skyrim. And to go back to the conversation of, or pretty much I'm the only one talking about it. But to go back to the conversation of focusing on medieval stuff potentially, I don't want to just not continue the Fallout 4 run. Because, well, I'd be leaving both people on stream and the YouTube folks watching the VODs, I'd be leaving them hanging, so... Is your chin itchy, Remy? Yeah. Hi, Remy. Hi. Hi, baby boy. So I'm pretty sure this is a friendly fort because well, I say friendly, but it's more neutral. It is being currently controlled by the Stormcloaks.
There's a quiet peace in snowfall. Takes me back to my childhood.
Well, it did just get done snowing in game, apparently. I didn't see any snow falling, but oh, little baby laying on the desk. That's a mod idea I have as well, is like royal guards and also like like regular guards is, you might go, but there's already guards in the game. The thing I mean is guards to replace guards at the gate, specifically so that there are like gate guards who are wielding halberds and royal guards who are wielding like really nice halberds and have really nice armor. Because the royal guards I want to have like in the well, if it's like Whiterun, I want the royal guards to be the guards who are in and around Dragon's Reach, and certainly, you know, if they're inside the longhouse, they're going to be wearing that armor. So, but I also want to do it like per city.
Something's not right.
Oh, jeez.
I've had enough of you.
Well, Lorne is down. So I'm gonna just... Well, actually, I have enough bear pelts. So I'm just going to click on the bear, disable, and mark for delete. Because I have my clean up corpses mod to set to only clean up corpses that I've looted. And since we are still using Hunterborn, we can't just loot a bear. So I don't care to process its carcass, so I'm just getting rid of it. That's also another mod idea, is once you complete the quest for Temba Whitearms to give her the 10 bear pelts, is to be able to turn in bear pelts to her for a monetary reward. I'm gonna have to write that down because ain't no way I'm gonna remember that. Oh, do we have some attackers?
Nothing here after all.
Here comes the courier. This is Shore Stone, so I wonder who's attacking. Okay.
You're a dead man.
Your time is up, wretch.
Kill you! Enough of this.
Okay. There's still baddies around? Okay. Give it a save. So we're going to be heading to Nightgate Inn by way of Windhelm. Kind of a long way, but you know, from where we are in the map, I'd have to kind of go this way anyways. So I'm just gonna Google that. Possibly after the break. I might close Skyrim for the break. And then we'll Google, like, medieval VTubers. Surely I'm not the only one. Remy is sleeping on his little blanket that's on the desk. Well, it's such a little baby. Oh, I think we have Skelly Bobs that spawned again. Oh, it's the Red Skull tribe. Big sweeping attacks.
Barely a scratch.
That's it. That's your best. We are routed.
Already?
Enough.
Nope, there's still more.
Never back down.
Die, you filth!
Mistwatch Fire Mage. They're still around? I cleared Mistwatch. Oh, so where's the guards for this location? Did they all get killed while I was walking? Yeah, they all got killed as I was walking up. Well, that's a goddamn shame. Okay, so we want to go to Windhelm. Remy, such a happy baby. Welcome in, kitty. Welcome in. I was just mentioning that I wonder if there's any other medieval VTubers. Since, you know, I don't know, but I might be the only one. And certainly if you know of any medieval-themed VTubers, shout them out, I guess. Remy is such a little baby. And to reiterate what I am considering, because I know some people weren't here earlier. I know I said I would focus on Skyrim and Fallout 4, but I might consider focusing on medieval-themed video games. Now that it does include Skyrim. God damn.
That, were you?
Okay, let's put our poleaxe charm back on. So I might be doing more medieval shit. And the reason I consider that is, well, I really want to play Chivalry 2. And also I am medieval themed. And I'm looking to change up my channel art. You know, my banner, my profile picture, that sort of thing. Oh, we gotta walk. And like, I might just go all in on the medieval stuff. Now that does mean that we could do things like Kingdom Come Deliverance, Mountain Blade Warband, whenever I get it, Mountain Blade Bannerlord, bunch of other medieval stuff. And since Mountain Blade, Skyrim, all that stuff, Kingdom Come Deliverance, those games have a lot of replayability value. It's not like I'll run out of games to play. And certainly, if Chronicles Medieval turns out to be pretty good, then there's always that. Especially considering it's a... I'm only guessing, because we don't actually know, but I'm guessing it's going to be a Mountain Blade-like. Now, what is this over here? Is this Nilheim? I think this is Nilheim. And even if I decide in the next 5 minutes to focus on medieval stuff, I don't think I want to end my current Fallout 4 playthrough on stream, just because I started it, we've already got VODs for it on YouTube, might as well finish it off. Especially considering we just started. My explosive reactive armor, making him slide. He slide. Lol. Alright, I need to be disabling these bears because otherwise they'll be here forever. You might go, wouldn't you just loot it? Well, because I have Hunterborn, because I set it up wrong, lol. Yeah, that's a troll. Because I set it up wrong.
I think you're bleeding.
Just looting it is not really viable. Because if I could just get the menu up to, simply dispose of the carcass, I would do that, but it's, because again, skill issue, it's not that simple, so. Give it a save since we kind of made it to a landmark. Remy is so precious. I think he's feeling so much better since I got him the digestive care food. He hasn't vomited in almost a week.
Die, damn you!
Now, there's still the issue of he has potentially pancreatitis. Or something is causing pancreatitis. But he seems fine. Just that I'm gonna have to kind of keep an eye on him to make sure he's doing okay. And I made my bed earlier, and look who I saw sleeping on the bed earlier was Remy. He liked it. He likes my wool blanket I have. I still need to kind of charge my clippers so I can get the mat out of his rump. Plus, he's shedding just a little bit, so I think it's time for another brushing for him.
Do your worst. You're dead, you hear me? Dead!
Yeah, he's dead alright. I didn't get a chance to get to him.
You're already dead.
Oh, right. The wolves as well. Now this guy I can just loot. Because the way I have my my corpse cleanup is, as I mentioned earlier, to clean up only who I've looted, but that applies to all NPC actors, including monsters. So if it's an animal and I don't loot them, then they're staying there forever. But also I can't just loot them, so... And also, apparently, the script delay I was having... not there anymore. It's not as delayed, so... I did resave our save and resave her, so that probably fixed it. Oh, Bjorn is broken. So, because I forgot that he bugged out at Shore's Watchtower. I meant to unequip my poleaxe, but oh well. Remy is so nice. He's sleepy. I think my neighbors are enjoying the nice weather as I can hear them from the courtyard. What do you hear, Remy? You hear a birdie or something? I mean, hey, if they're gonna have fun, might as well do it outside today, because I mean, it's gonna rain later, but it's not raining right now. It's beautiful temperatures outside. I just wish the sun was shining. So, yeah, neighbors have all the good ideas. They're outside enjoying the current weather because it's nice and cool today. In fact, as I said earlier, it was warmer in my apartment with the windows closed and the AC on than it is currently with the windows open. Because I was taking out recyclables and I was taking out the trash. Because I was like, well, this needs to go because I'm cleaning my apartment for my inspection, which is tomorrow. And in the hallway, they had the windows open in the hallway. So it was this nice, cool breeze was blowing in. And I was like, oh my goodness. Also, Remy got up to change positions. And he laying down again. He tired. But yeah, my apartment is all clean. Ready for my inspection tomorrow. It did help to do the previous cleaning, which was like 3-ish weeks ago now. And then I did my cleaning over last week. And then I did my maintenance cleaning today. And since I had all that little bit of cleaning done, it was a lot of quick cleaning. to the point that I pretty much got 5 or 6 tasks done today, and it's not even 3 p.m. Oh, this person looks injured. Looks like they also have a vanilla helmet.
Yes?
Your helmet needs a patch. I guess that's another mod idea, is like... oh.
I need smear guild paper that.
Is that all you've got?
You're a dead woman.
Your end is had enough of you.
Oh, I know what I unequipped. It was the poleaxe charm, not the actual poleaxe. So I was massively confused, like, why didn't my poleaxe get unequipped? I'll take that. Lauren, you're lagging behind. Okay. Anyways, the mod idea I have is like I want to call it like dragon world bosses, where the dragons at their shrines are not only the only ones, or no, not the only ones, but like I would say like recommended to be paired with disable random dragons, and then like you could kill the dragon at their shrine, and then that dragon would no longer spawn. In fact, I could just make that a Lawbringer add-on. Let's see here. 2 messages from you. AC Shadow's creative director, or whatever the hell his title is, did an interview with Ropatopoulos, I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right, about the parkour. 2 main things I remember. We can't add manual jump because the targeting system can create unexpected behavior and player frustration. And Japan's level design wasn't intended for a swing pull, so we are not adding swinging. One modder adds both manual jumps and swinging. No issue. Parkour is now 10 times more expressive. What they're saying is we can't add it. Skill issue. We can't add it because we don't want to spend resources on it, or we just don't know how. Meanwhile, one modder in a basement filled with cigarettes and broken dreams. Fixing it in less than a day, probably. Again, I'm okay with companies doing this if they just give us modding tools and their full blessing to mod the game. So Ubisoft should do what they did with, what was it, Far Cry 4 or 3? Where they released, like, they basically released modding tools. It was level editing tools, but you could do a lot with it. So if they would just go, yep, here's a bunch of modding tools, especially if they're gonna go, hey, this is a live service game, and we're gonna sunset the services, here's modding tools to let the community go nuts. So, because that's one thing I've wanted for Ghost Recon Wildlands, was not even mod tools. Just a mission editor. Not a level editor, just a mission editor. And we never got that. Now, granted, they never had plans for that, but if they could just do something to show we love our community, but we cannot support the game anymore because it's been 5 to 10 years, and we need to sunset the service. If they would just be like, we'll give the community something so they can keep playing the game that they love. But the reason they won't do that is because they know that people will look at old game and go, I want to play this instead of new game, because their new games suck. So I guess that's the reason why they won't do it, so I shouldn't expect it. But it'd be nice. See, the thing is, if a modder did it through cheat engine, that means the fucking code is already there, fully working, with the animations and everything. All they have to do is write code for the inputs. They just don't give a shit. It could also be a case of Bethesda where they're just so fucking incompetent that they could develop the resource, they could send the resources necessary to do it, but the on-the-ground developers who are good at their jobs need the managers and executives to kind of corral them, basically, you know, actually be a leader. And because the managers and executives over at Ubisoft fucking suck at their job, these individual on-the-ground developers can't get that done. Because it is a little bit different when it's one modder versus thousands of employees you have to manage. Especially when you consider AC Shadows was kind of an all-hands-on-deck situation for Ubisoft. So they could, they just won't, either because of malicious intent via greed, or because the managers are so fucking incompetent at their jobs, they couldn't lead a whole... Insert analogy here. I'm a little brain dead to be talking, so... It's the exact same thing as vaulting in the Ezio trilogy. Everything about the mechanic is already there and working. All they had to do is write the code for the input, or even just not change it from AC1's contextual input, but instead they cut it. I can understand cutting content because you do have to meet a deadline. You can't just do what Star Citizen does and be like, the game is in early access and in development forever. Like, you do need to eventually release the game. Having said that, is it really that difficult to not cut that mechanic? Is it really not difficult to polish that? Like, I'm not a game developer, and I'm certainly not working for a massive studio where doing the smallest thing requires 5 levels of red tape. We want to go to Windhelm. But it can't be that difficult. Just get the work done. In fact, I guess it is that difficult because Tim Kaine, who was one of the original developers of the original Fallout games, was mentioning how he was working, this is later on, I think, you know, past New Vegas, might have even been for Outer Worlds 1, where he was like, hey, there was an error in the code, I need you to recompile this, can you get that done by this afternoon? And the young upstart is like, nope, I can get this to you in 2 weeks. Goes, 2 weeks? I can do this in 45 minutes. What do you mean 2 weeks? So he was like, well, the developer was like, well, I can't just do it in such a short time. And so Tim was like, hand me the code, I will do it. And he got it done in less than a day. So maybe it is a case of some individual developers on the ground just kind of sucking, but knowing Ubisoft, that their individual developers are their workhorse. They do good jobs when they're allowed to, just that managers suck, so. It's easier to not cut it and just leave it non-tutorialized. It already wasn't tutorialized in AC1. Yeah, and that's part of player creative expression, is learning mechanics that the game doesn't tell you about. Now, it's different when the game tells you fucking nothing. But it is fun to find out those mechanics yourself. Like,
nothing like the cold wind
it is really cool to be like, yo, I can attack, cancel into a parry, and then do my special. It's fun to figure that out instead of the game pausing everything to tell you that. I do like it when some things are tutorialized, but I also like it when there's chances for players to figure that out. Which is why, yes, gameplay spoilers are a thing. Now, the games I'm playing currently and the games I plan to play, there's not much in the way of gameplay spoilers because the games I plan to play have been out already and I already know about them, so. But it is fun to figure that out for yourself. So, the other way to handle it is cut it in AC2, polish it, and make it work for what turned into Brotherhood and Revelations. Yeah, that's a good point too. Nothing will ever beat Valve's tutorials. We'll eventually get to that, hopefully. Oh, and speaking of focusing on medieval content, I still think I want to continue the AC franchise, which again, I'm not completely immediately switching to focusing on medieval content only. I'm just considering it. So we want to just skip right over Windhelm. We're just going to keep going this way. Because technically, a lot of Assassin's Creed is like, maybe not medieval, but certainly in olden times. Oh, finger crack. So, I still want to get through all of the games, including the ones that are more modern, like Syndicate or Chronicles Russia. No point in covering the screen with text or images, just put the player in a controlled environment with, say, the new enemy, and have them watch the enemy do things to learn. Exactly. It is a little bit different when it's like a PvP-focused game. Take, for instance, Mordhau. Mordhau had a basic tutorial that didn't really teach you the advanced moves. And since it had a specific server filter so that new players under a certain level amount would be in like a low-level player environment. And then as soon as you reach, I think it's when you reached level 16, you were kicked out of the low-level servers and you were in the rest of the servers. Which meant that as soon as the beginner players went from level 15 to level 16, they weren't fighting against other level 16s who were just starting to figure out the game. No, they were fighting against all of the Sweat Lords who know all the advanced mechanics. And so what happened was players would come in and then they would stop playing because they'd get kicked out of the low-level servers and have to fight against the sweatiest, most unemployed creatures on this planet, which killed the game. Now, Chivalry 2 is kind of like that, where the Sweat Lords kind of ruin the rest of the servers. Oh, we're dirty now. But Chivalry 2 also has low-level servers, but it's not limited to a level cap, which can lead to situations where high-level players can come in and just pub stomp. But from my experience, the people who do that are either high level but not high skill, or they're like one person in the entire server. So it's really not that bad in the training ground servers. So, and you might say just man up and play in the real servers, and it's like, nah, because otherwise I just wouldn't play the game. And that's why I feel so, I guess you could say butthurt is the correct word. I'm butthurt about Helldivers 2 because the high difficulty stuff I just can't do, and neither can my group I normally play with, which that's fine. I'm okay with doing rank 6 and rank 7. There's nothing that's exclusive to rank 10 mode. But the problem I have is my crew I normally play with, they're either really busy, which is fine. I'm not mad at them at all. No, if they're busy, that's fine. But they're either, damn lady, did you kill all these guys? I either have to play with randoms, which is cock and ball torture in Helldivers 2, or I have to play solo, which is even more cock and ball torture. Or I just don't play. And the reason that burns me is because that means I just don't play the game. So I can't necessarily... Oh, this guy's lantern fuel. It's the first time I've seen it on somebody. I don't get to justify my purchase. Not to mention the fact that the battle passes in Helldivers 2 are frustrating. Because you either have to put hundreds and hundreds of thousands of hours into the game to get enough super credits to unlock the battle passes yourself, or you have to pay money for it. And I'm not okay with... Ghost Recon Wildlands has taught me that if it's a grind versus paying, the grind is such a grind that you're better off just paying.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
The grind is such a grind that you're better off just paying for it, and I don't have the money for that. The Half-Life 1 headcrab tutorial puts the little rat in a glass tube with a small hole, so its AI can see the player but can't hurt them. It starts its usual attack pattern and the player can just observe in full safety. Half-Life Alyx armored headcrab tutorial is much the same. They put it behind a fence so that the player instinctually shoots at it, only to realize their bullets get deflected, but then the crab flips itself by jumping at the fence, which reveals its weak belly. Interesting. That's cool. So, I feel burned by Helldivers 2 because it's either have friends to play with, which for me is... I could always reach out to Bulan, but, you know, my friends are always busy, so they can't play. But I'm also busy, so even if I were to reach out, I can't just be like, okay, we're playing Helldivers 2 at 9 a.m. on Thursday. Like, I guess I could just do that, but I don't know. It's a little tough. Because I want to focus on the content I want to focus on, but then I also want to play the game. But then I also have to go around my schedule, which means I also have to go through their schedule. And then it's just too much fucking work just to play a game. So I'm probably not going to return to Helldivers 2. And because I can play Chivalry 2 just on my own in these low-level servers, I was considering adding Chivalry 2 to the picker wheel today when we were rolling what game we were going to play, because I kind of want to play it, and I want to justify the purchase. Now, sure, that's a sunken cost fallacy where it's like, I need to get the game worth amount, the words hard. I need to get the same amount of fun that I feel like I paid in the amount of money to get the game. Especially when you consider I purchased it on the Epic Game Store early, and then I purchased it again on Steam. I want to actually justify the purchase and enjoy the game before everyone stops playing and the game is truly dead. So, there might be some Chivalry 2 in the cards this week. Just not on Friday, because Friday we're coming back to Assassin's Creed 2. I just have to remember how to play the game, which shouldn't be too hard. I'll just be getting in the groove of things like we do normally. And I remember where we last left off. We were just doing not the end of the carnival, but kind of the end of the carnival. I just know we possibly didn't finish that. I think I assassinated the guy who is a denthead. You had just shot the guy in the face. Yeah. Yeah, that guy. Our target. Remy is sleeping. He's such a cute little baby. So we'll be getting back to that on Friday. But yeah, I would really like to play some Chivalry 2 this week as well. And maybe instead of like making a hard decision of, oh yeah, we're focusing on medieval stuff only now, Lamau, I could ease into it. Like, do a little bit of Chivalry, do a little bit of Skyrim, play some Fallout 4, play some Assassin's Creed.
Greetings, brother. You look weary. I have something to help you relax if you're interested.
What are you talking about?
The finest skooma, the sweetest moon sugar, at a fair price, of course.
That's not legal.
Oh, a snitch, huh? Can't have you running any guards now, can I? You're as good as dead.
You're dead, you hear me? Dead!
Off with his head.
Just die!
Okay, where did his body go? Oh, it went down here, over here. And, I know for the next run of Skyrim, which of course will be more medieval, I want to grab the PBR version of the Knight of Coral set, because if you're using community shaders, it looks dark, like it looks like blackened steel, which is fine and all that, but it doesn't look like what it's supposed to look like. But with the PBR version of it, it kind of fixes the problem and makes it look proper. So I'm looking for, I guess Heljarkin isn't on this sign, but it's this way, because that way goes to Winterhold. So, you might go, oh, your computer can't handle PBR, but this is kind of more of a fix for community shaders for that armor mod that just so happens to add PBR to it, so. Now that could always get fixed with the original mod, but we'll have to wait and see. I suppose we'll save again, because we're just past the landmark, which is the road sign. Remy is sleepy. He's a tired little baby. Oh, stretch Remy. I think he's sleeping next to me because he wants to be next to me. Because I had to ignore him for a bit when I was doing the game showcase stuff. Which I think I enjoyed the PC Game Fest more than the Xbox one. Mostly because there was more games that were shown, and I think during the more games being shown part, there was more games that I was interested in. Now, I do feel like the showcases both on Friday and on Sunday. I felt like they were all very one note. Xbox One was more like, here's a general kind of like mix, but it's mostly focused on space. And the PC gaming one was almost entirely space, factory, or factories in space. And it was just kind of like, Jesus fucking Christ. A lot of these games are just the fucking same. Oh, did it crash or is it loading? It was just loading. Todd, we good? Okay, so it was trying to crash. Well, it is the 2-hour mark. I'll close to it. Close enough to the 2-hour mark. Todd shit the bed. That's okay. We were going to take a break anyways. And again, we saved fairly close by, so we just gotta get back in game. But what we're going to do is we are going to continue with Skyrim, but before we do, I am going to look up medieval VTubers. Let's see. Medieval VTubers. So there's VTuber. Okay, there's one called Robert the Knight. Let's see.
Economy?
Shut up. Okay. Found him. Am now following. Now I'm gonna go to YouTube and let's see what we can find. Medieval VTuber. I'm also not showing it just because I don't want to get jump scared. Man, there's It's not a whole lot under medieval VTuber. There's the one person we saw. Medieval themed VTubers. I don't think searching specifically for medieval VTubers is going to give you much. I did find Camelot, which is a medieval fantasy VTuber group. But their designs are exactly as it's stated, fantasy, which is fine. Let me show them off here. So, very fantasy, which is fine. It's great. It's wonderful. That's not what I'm looking for. Like, it's a very Genshin Impact design, which is cool. There is a medieval VTuber model bundle on Etsy. It includes backgrounds and there's 6 models, 20 assets, and 3 backgrounds. So there's a let's see, does this show any personal content, personal information? So I guess no. So let's do this. So here's a bat with a smiley face. Here's a lady reading a manuscript. Here's a bat dude. Here's a human. Here's another human thing. Rabbit Knight. So you might go, this is low quality, but well, it's a lot of just VTuber stuff made from medieval art. Guess we'll have to consider this for the future. So as far as real medieval, some true medieval, no true medieval VTuber, I guess we're the only one. Which I guess that corners the market for us. We could be, well, we're not the only one, because there's Robert the Knight as well, which we'll have to see if we can find at some point, if they still stream, that is. But yeah, I think it's time for a break. Let's get up and move around. Let's refill our water and come back with some Skyrim. All right. Alright, we're back. Now, before we jump into Skyrim again, I do want to, do another VTuber search. So, Night VTuber. Night VTubers on Holo list. There's Terran Shield Song. They at least seem active. Ardell VA. See if we can go over to Twitch. As long as it doesn't immediately start playing stuff. No, mute it, please. Ardell VA. Okay. Alright, let's get into some Skyrim. Rami, such a baby. He's loafing. And then after the stream, I'm gonna enjoy some pork chops. Okay. Let's get back to it. Remy. Snapping my fingers. And my voice feels wonderful today. But again, I'm going to have to stick to only 4 hours. Because I don't want to injure myself to the point that I can't talk, or rather, I will have to recover. It's not that I can't talk. It's not that I lose my voice. It's just my voice gets strained, and then in order to not strain it more, I take time off from streaming. Which I would rather not do. I want to stream. I have fun doing it. I want to have fun. Now, if it crashes again, we'll have to actually look at the crash log. Yeah, I'm physically tuckered out. Had to exert myself over the week to clean the apartment, and then I exerted myself a little bit today just to clean the bathtub. And I think cleaning the bathtub is gonna have to be like, maybe not daily, but at least every couple days. Perhaps even immediately after I shower. Okay, it didn't crash this time. We are freezing, so we'll have to... Well, we gotta stop at the tavern anyways, but... I suppose we could stop at the forge. Just to, In fact, I'm gonna do something at the forge, assuming I can do it. But yes, it's spring, which means the more northern reaches of Skyrim are still snowy, but the central and southern areas are no longer snowy. So we want to go to the forge. First of all, we want to warm up. What's this purple bar? You pushed me into the corner. Okay, you, Trailus.
Good to see you again, friend. What can I do for you, friend?
I am in need of your crafting expertise.
Need something?
And then I'm gonna get him to make me some rifle bullets. Well, the menu's coming up. Don't worry. So... I think it's under... iron? This guy can make me a crow's beak? Damn. Let's look at this again. So... that needs fixed. We could commission this. Could also commission this, but It's a nice cavalry axe. Okay. It's an Imperial crossbow. We use rifles instead of crossbows. It's an Imperial halberd. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to change the name of this to Gondach, not Quarterstaff. Golem axe. I'm just looking at some stuff. Kind of looking. Here's musket balls. So then 1, 2. Oh, hold on. It's not working. So it's not gonna work unless
Huh? Oh.
unless my quiver is working. So, dude, where'd you go? There he is. You.
Hello, friend.
I'd like you to make me some bullets.
Need something?
Don't worry, it's working. Just there's a lot of items, so it's kind of working through each one. Might see what he has for steel. Come on. Todd. Come on. There we go. Jesus. Musket balls. Okay. Chain armor. Wow. Let me... Of course, there's a poleaxe we could get, but I've already got one. This one might be longer, though. want to look at their steel gear. Of course, there's the Judicator armor. Oh, Remy. Oh, those are missing textures. Remy, please don't choke yourself out. He had his head hanging over the edge of the table. So I was like, please don't choke yourself out on the table. And now he's up going to get food. I think he was dreaming. But I wanted to make sure he wasn't asphyxiating himself. Morgan Bible Felshidden. That is one hell of a morning star. So we have this poleaxe, which we have. We have this poleaxe, which is a bit short. Could always grab that. But I kind of want to leave it. Let's see. Okay. Just wanted to have a look. Oh, we could have banners made. Hi, Remy. You know what? Let me just work through all of them. So let me get high kick. Do you want to create this item? Yes. Okay. That should be all. Spent a lot of time ordering these things from this guy. Okay. There we go. Yeah, he's like, oh man, I gotta make so much crap for this guy. And then probably by the time I get back to the Night Gate Inn, it'll all be ready, hopefully. Okay. I also had to turn the air conditioner on because the sun came out. Instead of raining, the sun came out and increased the temperature, so now it's nice and cool in here instead of being toasty. Because earlier it was nice and cool, but then the wind was up and the sun was behind the clouds. So...
Yes?
So here's Yenrum. Sir, can you, like, hold still?
Hello, friend.
We could get him to be a follower if we spend a favor with Saint Alessia, but I think we'll leave him alone for now. Oh, game.
You've done well.
We'll talk to Raynes in a moment, but I need to bathe.
Something I can get for you?
Well, he actually has a bath here. I'll see if he's selling soap. I need to buy some soap.
A good place to
Take
rest
a
our
look.
weary bones, isn't it?
Buy some soap. I'm gonna break out the money and we're gonna buy this in.
Just holler.
So, container.
Need something I can get for you?
Yeah, your business. I'd like to make you an offer. Can we talk about your business?
Of course.
I'd like to buy your business.
A warm fire and a cold ale.
For that
Just
price?
what I need.
Sure. It's all in this note.
Okay.
Anything you need, just holler.
Alright, let's go bathe. I think he has a bath? He might not. Ugh. Oh, the finger crack. Oh, so glorious. Oh, I guess we're down here. I'm over encumbered? From what?
Who wants to know?
Your gods, Lawbringer. Pray to them for mercy when I carve out your flesh.
I'd like to see you try.
No!
Out of the way, child. Your guardian is a killer, and my knives beg to lick his throat.
He's not a killer. He's my father.
Morgan.
Tell him. Tell him my pa's not a killer.
Well, what of it? Do you know this little Kwama? Why does she vouch for this killer?
It's complicated, but Griffith is an honorable man and her guardian.
So if the murderer has a child, it grants him the liberty to kill. Your words are nonsense, Fetcher. They crumble before they leave your lips. This ugly son of the Guar, my knives will drink him fast, then slow.
You want to talk? You're gonna need a bigger bandage to cover up that ogre you call a face.
Stop it! Stop fighting! You promised you would only kill the monsters, like Gabania.
Wait. That name. Where did you hear it?
It's the monster who hurt him. Griffith only kills monsters.
Quiet, kid. It's nobody's business but ours.
It's too late.
I just do.
He's drunk. He just fell over.
You say. But the hate in your eyes, I know it well.
Don't tell him him ragdolling broke the scene. Can we get a move on here?
Yes?
Want Raynes to hear the story of why we're doing this and what Gavinia did.
I was a young boy, living in an old cottage with my parents and older sister. She was about 5 years older than Morgan, and promised to marry. It was the day of her wedding, when Lord Gabinia's men came riding into field.
Dude. Drunk NPC fucks up the scene. Okay, well, I'm over encumbered and I'm not sure why. Where did he even go? Leave it to Bethesda NPC AI to fuck it all up. Cause where is he? Todd. Cool. Him ragdolling and ending the scene, totally my fault. But him walking out? Really, Todd? Really? That's what he's gonna do? Really, Todd? He's just gonna waltz out. Smartest Bethesda NPC. Which is funny, because the last time I did this, it worked fine. So, Prid 170... for fuck's sake. 170F50B9. Move to player. Alright. Jesus Christ. To the privy. I think him ragdolling broke the scene.
Yes? Take care.
And now he won't talk. Guess I could leave and come back. That might still break the scene. Okay, why am I over encumbered? Seriously. Why? That's why. Something is bugged with honed blade where it adds 100 charred skeever meat to my inventory whenever I use the NPC inventory. The blacksmith's inventory. Welcome in, Karma Jockey, by the way. Welcome in.
Wagon full of contraband that was being delivered to Solitude. tracked it down, ambushed the carriage, and held the driver for questioning. The man was well trained. The wheels of the wagon could have rusted with blood before he spoke. But I knew his cargo would speak for him. I thought it was skooma. What I found was slaves. Their tongues were cut out, so they could not speak. It was wishful thinking to think that they could write, but I asked anyway. And then, that's when one of them, no more than a child, pointed to a name scrawled on the boards in blood.
Gabania.
Right, Fetcher. That's him. Your prey is my prey.
Yeah? So what does that make us?
It doesn't make us friends, Wit. But I will say this. The bounty in my hand is for a child killer. And so long as this girl lives, perhaps it's the Jarl who's mistaken. But I have my eye on you. Don't think for a second our business is over.
I wouldn't dream of it. You've been awfully quiet. I wasn't sure what to think of this. You bringing this maniac here. I can tell he's not with the Brotherhood, though. But that won't guarantee Morrigan's safety.
You mentioned a lead on Gabania. How's Remy doing? He's doing great. He hasn't vomited in a while. Probably almost a week now. And he loves his new food. And he's currently sleeping in his bed.
Yeah. Might be something, might be nothing. Whispers mostly. When it comes to that name, I've been trained to listen.
What about Morrigan?
That's what I've been thinking about. I can't leave her alone, and I can't bring her with me. And if it's one or the other, him or her, it will always be her.
I think it was good for you to be honest with Morrigan about your past.
It wasn't something I wanted to do, but I had to. Because of where my head was at, I couldn't trust my own decisions. You know why I have to do this. Why I can't let him live. But she didn't. And as she always does, the girl asked why. So I told her. And if my needs ever made her feel unsafe, to let me know. That's another reason Gabania has to die. I can't protect Morrigan like this. Not when all I see are the faces from that day.
If you're done talking, I would like to start interrogating. What do you know?
Shut your mouth and I'll tell you, One Eye. As a drifter, you get an earshot of all sorts of crazy rumors. You hear the same one enough, and you start paying attention. The one I heard was about a rich baron using the war as a way to gain influence with the new Jarls, or the weakened ones. Turns out, the whole plan wasn't going too well, and our baron was more than a bit agitated. So he decided to get on his ship and sail to Windhelm. That ship is now docked at the harbor.
And so what? You and the girl are going to raid that ship by yourself. A wealthy baron can buy a lot of cell swords. Or if he's smart, a few good ones.
You afraid of Merc's elf? 'Cause I'll go through 1,000 cell swords to kill that bastard.
You may not be, Fetcher, but I imagine the child is. I can tell this man means more to you than he does to me. But someone has to stay.
I've thought of that, but I don't trust anyone to protect her but me.
Then we have a problem, sweet. You can't be in two places at once. Unless you have a better idea, I will protect the child.
Not a chance. There's gotta be another way. What do you think?
Raynes should stay with Morrigan.
No. Absolutely not.
Are you sure you aren't letting your anger affect you?
You're right. Maybe I'm not thinking clearly on this either. If that's what's best for Morgan, then okay. Honestly, I was going to suggest you stay. But then that would leave me with him. It wouldn't be pretty.
So what's the plan?
Gabania's too paranoid to leave his ship. It's likely he had people delivered to him. But don't get any ideas. I'm not wearing a noble's clothes. What I'm saying is we'll have to sneak our way past the guards. Either that or muscle our way in. Morgan, I'm gonna be gone for a little while, like we talked about.
Don't worry, Pa. I'll be okay. You go get the bad monster.
It'll just be for a little while, I promise. If anyone comes near, stay behind the elf.
I don't like him.
That makes two of us, kid. But he'll keep you safe.
Alright, I'll do my best.
Good girl.
The child will be safe, Henwa. But the same can't be said for you. Good luck.
Some call it the right of first night. As if men of power needed to justify their rape with laws. No. They just took what they wanted. Two of Gabania's men were dragging my sister into the cottage when they passed me by. One of them turned and looked at me, and our eyes met. There wasn't a drop of emotion on that face. That's what I remember most from that night. Not the murder, or the rape, or the screams. It was the face of that guardsman. The face of apathy. That I couldn't forgive.
And you think this absolves you of your crimes, murderer? Is Sith the one to blame? Vanya? Or the gods? When life poisoned my body, I burned it out. You cannot do the same.
Thanks, Todd. I wanted to go up one item and it went up two. So I guess we're drinking.
To kill anyone. But those men, the people who stand by and do nothing, while all around them the world suffers. They're better off dead, and I'm the one to kill them.
So, who is it that you hate, Fetcher? Who is your true prey? Is it Gabania? Or is it Guardsman?
You don't get it. That face, they all wore it. The people I killed for the Brotherhood, they wore it too. Gabania, his men, and everyone I've killed since. To me, they're all one and the same.
Yeah, I don't think they have a bath down here. If I had Keep It Clean, they do. But I don't have Keep It Clean, because Keep It Clean kind of has some issues with some interior mod compatibility, so I don't have it. So, I guess we're going to have to pay the barkeep to bathe us, so that's fine. Let me refill my lantern and we'll go upstairs. Okay. Go upstairs and get a bath. Now, there is another bathing mod that I've seen the streamer Wizlin use. And that one is probably the one we'll switch to. Because it has unique animations with more compatibility for those animations. And what you do is you pay to use the bath, and it teleports you into an interior bathroom with a bathtub where you will bathe. So it fixes the issue of there has to be an interior door, which makes it less compatible with mods that change the interior. And it also potentially fixes some issues I have with not necessarily Dirt and Blood, but I think some of the expansion stuff. So, yeah. Do I not have enough money for a bath?
Anything you
we
need,
have no money,
just
so
holler.
let's get our money out again. The moonlight coming in the window is very nice. So we want our money. And then we'll
Something I can get for you?
I'd like you to bathe me.
Of course.
Okay. We're all clean. Let's go put our money away. Right, we're still carrying all of our bear jerky, so we're gonna have to put that away. Might as well put the milk and the skooma away. We could put all this away. Okay. Welcome in, Nekriot Aster. Welcome in. Oh, I'm zooming. Hope you're doing well. Yenrum. So, oh, we didn't pay for an in-stay. Oops. Time to dig the money out again. You uploaded a boss mod to Nexus. Very nice. I'll have to... If do you mind DMing me the link to that so I don't have to go searching all around for it? Should be fairly easy to spot since it'll be new, but, you know. Okay, let's grab the money so that I can get an in-stay.
Something I can get for you?
Death Knight, Bleak Falls Barrow Boss. Hell yeah. Yeah. I'd like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Okay.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Yeah, I'm noticing the script lag is less. I'll put the soap away since they didn't actually have a bath here. We'll do our nightly rituals.
If there's anything else you need.
So let's put our poleaxe away. And then we'll do... nightly rituals, which is... Stay in shape. And talking about mod making, for those who are watching the, or not watching, but going to be watching the YouTube VOD, I have an idea for a mod that I will probably make myself, especially considering I'm working on the animations for it. I mean, I'm not working on the animations, but I'm compiling animations that are free permission to use. To do that with. We are trying to get a chivalry combat mod made for Skyrim. Now, what do I mean by chivalry combat? Well, I could probably show you, hopefully without hitting anybody. Let's save first. So, it's primarily going to be for first person. So if I go first person, so we have slashes. Now I do need to change this to follow through animations and not the hit stop. So that's right, left, and then you can hold Alt to do to start it from the opposite side. So left, right, and then if you hold Shift, it'll do a thrust. It also supports power attacks as well. So then if you hold Alt and Shift, it'll start with that one, and then go into that one. So then if you hold X, it will do an overhead. And then if you hold Alt and X, it does it from the opposite side.
Speak up already.
So the idea I have, because Core Impact Framework is a thing, we can use Core Impact Framework to apply not only keywords to our attacks, but we can make it so that the keywords will do things like increase the damage or apply... Well, no, not increase the damage. It will apply a weapon keyword from the mod Elden-like damage types. So, assuming this works, this would be slashing damage. But I would also make it do chopping just because it's an axe. But chopping damage is so situational that it really wouldn't benefit, so I'd make it do slashing damage. This would also be slashing damage because this is a poleaxe / halberd. However, this I could make do piercing damage. And we could also do it so that if it's like an overhead versus a swing, the overhead would apply a spell that does that makes it do more damage. Alternatively, we can apply spells via effects, or we can apply effects via spells to so that if we're power attacking, we can make it do a certain effect. So if it's dealing slashing damage and it's a power attack, we could make it inflict a bleed effect. And if it's piercing damage, we can make it do more damage. And if it's a blunt effect, we can make it reduce armor on a power attack. So I would have to make it reduce armor for like 5 seconds, and then it would well, I don't know. We might have to make it so that there's a cooldown. But that's the idea I have, and that should be achievable versus for due to something like this is not our room. For something like Core Impact Framework. Yeah, this is our room. Oh, my back. So, yeah, let's make sure we have our knapsack on us. So, we do. Okay. Yeah, any plans for controller support? Since I don't use a controller on Skyrim on PC, I don't think I will. But you could figure it out still? A question mark? You might still be able to bind it, but I have no idea because I don't use a controller when I play Skyrim. So one thing I would do, because the mods I plan to get the animations from and the weapon types from, those would be you know, open permission. Since I would be able to release it on Nexus, that's the intent. I could set my mod for open permission so that if people wanted to figure out how to make it have controller support, they could just do that on their own. Having said that, the way I have it set to the keybinds, Alt, Shift, and X, changing the animations, is because of a mod called Detry's plugins. Basically, it has a key trace so that basically the way that works is the code sees me use a button input. So, for instance, Shift, and then when I'm holding Shift and I have it set in the INI correctly, it decides to apply the magic effect that I created specifically for this. The plugin I'm using is called the plugin I made is called Chivalry Key Trace. It applies the magic effect so that when you're holding shift, it will tell the game you have a magic effect applied, and then you go into something like DAR or OAR. I use OAR, and I have it set so that the animations for the thrusting have conditions such as its weapon type, so in this case halberd, but then it also has the condition has magic effect, the ID of the magic effect, which for this purpose would be shift, the shift magic effect that I created for the key trace plugin, so that when it sees that I have the magic effect applied to my character, it plays those animations specifically. And because it's all well and done with almost no script delay, there's no delay between switching the attacks. The only delay you have is when you literally have to wait for the animation to finish. So let's go ahead and pray. So let's pray for... Let's pray to Stendar. Let's pray to RK. And then we will exercise. So we can stay in shape. You try key utils. There you go. You just reminded me that Elven-like damage types exist. Yes, yes. It's a good mod. Also, if you replace the default stuff, it might be incompatible with octo-directional dodge animations. Pray to D's nuts. Well, it is pretty much just going to be for first person, mostly because there's some animation limitation for third person, because there are third person animations that are non-MCO, that are vanilla combat, that I could use for things like overheads. And of course, the vanilla power attack is for things like a battle axe, which this basically is an overhead. However, the mod that has those animations has closed permissions, or at least not open enough for me to be able to share it on Nexus. So I won't be able to use those. I could create folders so that people can import their own animations. But otherwise I plan it to just be first person. Least of all because I will be switching to BFCO on the next mod list, so we will still have the third person combat that we have. But we'll retain our first person combat for the Chivalry mod I'm working on. Now again, the mod ideas I have are going to be very slow to come out. Because, I play the game, and I don't really want to work on too many mods mid-run. And the only reason I worked on the Chivalry mod to actually get the animations working for the halberd is because I wanted to use it, because we're playing with a halberd. Now, I do need to switch the animations in first person for the halberd to not be hit stop. I want it to be follow through, so that the halberd can have the follow through, but the battle axe can have the hit stop. So let's get a move on. I do need to save, so. You have BFCO right now. Apparently it's compatible with Wabbajack mod list. Very nice. Well, the thing about BFCO is MCO has limitations, such as if you have anything that changes the speed multiplier of the weapon, like let's say on a per weapon basis, let's say for example the iron dagger is faster than the steel dagger, MCO will standardize the weapon speed specifically for that weapon type and not have the weapon speed be applicable via the weapon's own data. So with that in mind,
You're among friends here.
With that in mind, when you have things like the Elemental Fury shout, MCO does not allow Elemental Fury to work because Elemental Fury temporarily increases your speed multiplier for your weapon. And since MCO doesn't have that applicable, suddenly you need a bunch of mods just to make the Elemental Fury shout worthwhile. Which, don't get me wrong, MCO is great. It's been great for a few years now. But it has limitations, such as you can't do underwater combat, and for the most part, you can't do aerial attacks. BFCO, however, changes that. You can have jumping attacks, you can have underwater attacks, and least of all, apparently what I've been told, BFCO allows you to keep your per weapon speed multiplier so that there's no flat speed multiplier for every weapon of that type, so that things like Elemental Fury just works. And I love MCO, but we will be switching to BFCO on the next run. Welcome in, Wiz. Hello, hello. That'd be 80 XP MCO. Attack MCO works with weapon speeds. Well, having said that, most MCO movesets that are very in-depth require you to use 80 XP MCO. But I will definitely be switching to BFCO regardless. Yeah, the full mod gives you 2 options. So now we're going up to Windhelm, because we need to put a stop to Gabania. Remy! Hi! Come here! You were sleeping in your bed, but then you got up. Big stretch, Remy. Hi! BFCO also has those same 2 options, one for vanilla speeds and one for BFCO native speeds. Understood. Hi, Remy. Remy's hanging out. Hi, Ramos. Oh, that's misclick. Hold on, I'm playing the game with one hand. Because I'm petting Remy. Hi, Remy. Hi, Remy. Now, one thing we do plan to do is convert MCO movesets to BFCO. We're not completely leaving MCO behind. Speaking of, we have our own custom converted MCO moveset that uses the Le Sentiment du Fur animations, which Le Sentiment du Fur was a custom fork of Sky SA that has specifically historically accurate movesets for different weapons. The only problem with it is it's a little buggy pre-MCO conversion. And it only applied to vanilla weapon types, so if you had a spear, it would just be using greatsword animations. So I decided I would convert that to MCO, which I had to manually hand change the annotations just to work with Animation Motion Revolution, which I'm pretty sure MCO requires at this point. And it works. And that's another thing BFCO does. It works with NPCs out of the box, so I don't have to make scar patches. Because the thing about scar patches is, I'm not sure why, but my custom converted Le Sentiment du Fur animations are not getting scar patched. I tried manually scar patching them, and it didn't really work. MCO to BFCO converter. Yeah, we'll be using that. But also, there's some Patreon animations that, granted, they're not medieval, they're not historically accurate, but there are, like, Vindictus animations, like, oh, it's a lance animation. Oh, I could go for that. There's a bunch of cool stuff on Patreon that, well, since I'm going to be coming into some money soon, I'm not going to be immediately spending it all on Patreon, though. But I'm going to be coming into some money soon. So I might be able to go get those animations and then port them to BFCO. Of course, for personal use, because I'm pretty sure if it's on Patreon, especially behind a paywall, the permissions are probably very much closed. So I wouldn't want to distribute their files without their permission. You're the one who made BFCO jump attacks that are like already ready for people to use, the BFCO jump attack OAR folders mod. That's good, because I like my OAR folders. That might not be the exact name. I'll be sure to look it up when we get into BFCO stuff. But the reason I say, like, we'll be using it on the next run, you know, I say that for a few mods, but the next run might still be a while. We haven't played Skyrim in a hot minute, so any time lost not playing it means we have to play it longer. But also, I am going for a long run, so we're over 200 hours in, and it's still going strong. So I'll probably play this playthrough for the rest of the year, assuming it doesn't break. And it'll probably be well into next year by the time we even finish it. So, which is why it pays to test some more. You're not done testing. Keep testing. Test even more. Test. If you want to play the game for a long time, you need to test your mod list. Don't add... I'm not telling you, Necryot. I'm saying this for the benefit of everyone in chat and even people watching the VOD on YouTube. Be sure... Don't add 500 mods without testing. Launch the game, it CTDs, and then delete all your mods. That will not work. Now, granted, my Fallout 4 run is kind of being held together by gum and sticks and duct tape. But it's working. It works. It just is a little rocky. And I've been testing that for over a month. It's just, as soon as I went to go to actually start the game, that's when more problems arose, so. Let's see here. The main file is just a folder setup you can configure for yourself. The optional file has Eivor sprint attack animations and some other animations with open permissions as the jump attacks. I got permission from the Eivor sprint attack animations dude. Very nice. We'll love to see permissions being respected. I am freezing. We're probably going to have to get a fire going soon. RIP RP walking will definitely extend it for another 1,500 hours. I mean, that's the point. That's kind of the point. Plus, it does give me a excuse to just yap and talk to chat, which of course strains my voice more, which is why we're limited to just 4 hours. Speaking of, we have about 40-ish minutes remaining, and then we'll call it a day. And for people coming in again, I will repeat myself. I'm not immediately switching to this, but I'm going to consider focusing on medieval content. Which of course means more Skyrim. But that could mean no more things like Insurgency. Which I'll probably play it off stream. Because I might allow myself a day where I just play video games off stream. Okay, let's go stop by the shore of this river and then I'll get a fire going. But it would also mean no more Ghost Recon. But it would probably also mean no more Fallout 4. On stream. I would still play it off stream. But again, we're not immediately switching to that overnight. And I'm not stopping the Fallout 4 playthrough on stream just to do medieval content. We are just considering it. So... welcome in, Marshall. Hello, hello. Elden Ring? We could do Elden Ring. Assuming I get PC upgrades so I can play it. Of course, there's Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. Once I purchase it, there's Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. There's Mountain Blade Warband. Once I purchase it, Mountain Blade Bannerlord. There's the new Chronicles medieval game that's coming out soon. Which, again, I would need to upgrade my PC in order to play. Like, there's no shortage of that content. It's just, do I want to not do certain games on stream? And I think the answer is not necessarily, yes. I think I do want to still do other games on stream. Least of all Fallout 4, because I do have fun with that. And if there's going to be a new Ghost Recon, and hopefully at the time of launch I can have a PC capable of running it, I'd want to stream that. Hell yeah, I'd want to stream that. I'm a huge Ghost Recon fan. I want to warm my hands, please. Thank you. Kingdom Come. If you can play modded Skyrim with decent graphics, you can play Elden Ring. Came out a while ago, won't be an issue. I think it's more CPU limitations than graphical limitations. Elden Ring is def fun to stream. Yeah. Now, Dark Souls games probably will filter me. Because I'll fight a hard boss and then be like, yeah, no, I don't have the patience for this. Now, having said that, as far as the base game for Elden Ring goes, you just need to level up a bunch by doing side content, and then the bosses are easier. Not necessarily easy, just easier. And the only problem I have is the DLC for it. No spoilers for it for those who haven't played it. Seems to ramp up the difficulty like times 1,000 to the point of being ridiculous from what I have seen of people playing it. And generally speaking, the bosses in Elden Ring do something that I'm not necessarily a fan of. They get to do so many attacks, 20 attacks, and they all hit, and they do an explosion, and this big fire effect and explosion and slash, and player only gets to do one attack before the boss does another 20 hit combo. Or you go to heal, and the boss immediately goes, "You're healing, I'm going to hit you now." And because you're still in the healing animation, you can't do anything about it, so you heal, and then you're back to the health you were at before. So it's kind of like, what's even the point of healing if they won't let me do it? So, like, that kind of stuff would filter me. But the general overworld, I would probably enjoy way more than the bosses themselves. But I'm still willing to give the game a try. Still willing to buy it. But there are things in it that I see other people go through, and I'm like, I would not have fun with that, and I'd probably stop playing it for good. Promise you the Elden Ring DLC bosses won't be that hard. That's not what I wanted, Todd. You took the wheel. Now I want that lantern fuel back. Kindling. Okay, now that we're nice and toasty, we're gonna have to drink and eat. Character's hungry and thirsty. Let's see, except for maybe Promised Consort Radon. Yeah, I saw Wislin go through that last night, and... Hold on. Voice is a little raspy. It didn't look like entire bullshit, that fight. It just kind of looks like he's a crazy boss that you just have to learn his moves. But again, he gets to do a 20-hit combo with a large explosion and other effects, and you can't get away, and you can't heal, and it's just kind of like... That's kind of like most Elden Ring bosses. So it's just a matter of learning his moveset. But, that's kind of the problem I have. It's usually the opposite of what I criticize Skyrim modders of, where the Skyrim modder can do 20 million anime slashes with big giant effects and magic cost for nothing. My voice is not happy. And then the Draugr gets to do one really slow attack. And then the player gets to do another 20 million anime slashes. Where in Elden Ring, it's the opposite. The player gets to do one measly attack in between the boss's 20-hit combo. And don't get me wrong, I don't want it reversed in the sense that I do that. But if it was just a little bit of a mix. Because the thing about combat is, combat should be a dance. It should go back and forth. Where if it's just the player doing one attack and then dodging for the next 20 minutes and then getting to do one attack, and then, oh, they got hit because of a lingering hitbox, so they got a heal, and then they got hit during their heal, so now their heal is null and void. So that kind of stuff I know would piss me off. So you can always use summons. And there's the other aspect. The community, mostly, is fine. But there are some absolute unemployed turbo nerds who go, you used something to give yourself an advantage? Or not even an advantage, just a little bit more of an edge. Well, that's cheating. Your gamer card is invalidated. It's like, bro, I don't fucking care. Most Elden Ring fans are fine. But there are a subsect of absolute troglodyte gamers. Is the game gonna crash again?
Gods will always be grateful for everything you've done.
Sorry, my voice. I think Todd wants to crash the game again. Nope, we're good. There's an absolute subsect of troglodyte gamers who are just cunts. They're just awful people that, oh, you didn't play this blindfolded with your arm tied behind your back and using your literal mind to guide the controller? Well, then you're cheating, and you should feel bad. Elden Ring is all about pattern recognition. Absolutely. That's kind of why when I saw the Promised Consort Radon, I was kind of like, it looks like bullshit, but doesn't look that bad. Promised Consort Radon is just bullshit. That's not the case with most bosses. You can get a lot more than just one attack in. You just gotta be a bit aggressive. Yeah. The people on Reddit can't hurt you. Exactly. They cannot hurt me. I'm immune to their stupid shittery. I feel like they're not even gamers, just people that watch game videos. Mostly. Welcome in, Retro. That's mostly what they are. They're people who love to backseat. And don't get me wrong, backseating on my channel is not only welcomed, it is encouraged. Just don't be an asshole. So, like, when I play Elden Ring, I, of course, want to do a halberd build, because, well, just look at us. But I don't want someone to come in and be like, use this build instead. That build sucks, so your PP is small if you use it. use this entirely different build that you're gonna have to rebuild your character to do. It's kind of like, nah. I don't think I will. Also, yeah, she still hasn't despawned. We finished the quest. There, now she'll despawn. Because I looted her, so now she'll despawn. So now we need to go to the docks. I am very much interested in Elden Ring, though. I look forward to giving that a try. I think it would be fun for a halberd build. Plus, the nice thing about Elden Ring is different weapon types aren't locked to specific builds. Like, just looking at halberds, you can do a different build entirely, but have a specific kind of halberd that does a specific kind of thing. Which is like, you're telling me not all video games have the extremely boring linear +1 damage system that Skyrim has?
What can I do for you, Fred?
Just don't get me wrong, I like that Skyrim has it, I enjoy that. But I kind of did what I just said. I kind of do that with my own custom overhaul of the vanilla weapons in Skyrim. I made it so that each one is unique. But that's one thing great about Elden Ring is it's way more unique than what I'm doing. The weapon possibilities are really, really cool. If you don't play Elden Ring once with mods, why have a PC? Yeah. Well, some people play Elden Ring without mods because they're on console. I think it's funny because when people say shit like your dick is small because you do this, because, like, that's unrelated. It is, but that's unrelated. Exactly. Yes, my dick is small, but it's not because I'm bad at video games. Or I choose to use a specific thing in a video game. It's the same thing that goes along the lines of, if you do stealth archery, you're cheating in a single-player game that's offline. And you can use mods to balance it. What? It's cheating? Which I get it, like I'm not gonna force people to do stealth archery. That's also bad. Or like my favorite, using followers is cheating. In fact, I made a meme for that. I made a meme for using followers as cheating. You know the Be Honest meme template? So I made one. I can just show it real quick. I made one based on that meme template. And I'll just show it here in a moment if I can find it. You want to play the Convergence mod so bad? You don't have Elden Ring on PC? Me when I'm allergic to fun? Exactly. And, like, I don't care if people don't like using followers. Not liking using followers, totally fine. It's just, they don't come at it from a I don't like to use it perspective. They come at it from I don't like it, so therefore it is cheating. When, of course, there are mods to balance that. These people, they add 3,000 combat mods and 2,000 looty mods. And then they're like, well, this one thing that I could mod to balance, I don't like it, so instead it's just cheating. Yeah, anyone who uses it is a cheater. It's like, okay. So who cares? Anyways, I'm looking for the meme. Like, if I was going to be a cheater, I would just enable God mode. Which I have done when the game has been bullshit. Ah, here it is. Using followers is cheating. Be honest. Actually, here's 10 reasons why using followers is a detriment and bad design. Because this is the other thing they do, is when you press them on, okay, explain why using followers is cheating, they usually give you a diatribe of why using followers is actually fundamentally worse than being solo. And so I said, be honest, I just don't like using followers. There you go. So, using followers for combat, yes, it is quite strong. There's mods for that. And also, from my experience, granted it's because of my jank mod list, but it also could be just Bethesda's shitty NPC AI, my followers do a lot of disappearing and not really helping in combat when they should be doing that. So when they go, oh, it's OP for combat, and it's like, I have 2 followers with me, and they're hiding behind rocks, it's like, yeah, real OP for combat. So here's another one. I didn't make this one, I just downloaded it. Yeah, I'm a simp. Skyrim Immersion Modding Professional. You can spawn Ronnie follower in your game. Hell yeah. My game is wild with 10 plus followers fighting a fort. It's awesome. It's not awesome when the game runs like shit because it's too many NPCs on screen. But it is fun to see a bunch of like NPCs fight each other. Here's another one. Again, I didn't make this, but I found it. Dealing with the supernatural in the Elder Scrolls. Dealing with the supernatural in Fallout. Hey, shit ass. This one I made. Human Fighter. So, Human Fighter, D&D players, and then, of course, Variant Human, Battle Master, Fighting Styles, Eldritch Knight, Action Surge, Feats. And then, of course, because I had to throw in a little bit of a red herring, here's Fighter Champion, where they're sticking the ice cream in the microwave. So, I think they're quoted to run away when you're over-encumbered. Really? Welcome in, Barbarian Jim. Hope you're doing well. Oh, also, here's from... I suppose this isn't going to play. Or it's going to play at a low frame rate. So let's open this with photos. So this is from the game Ill that was recently shown. It's a Russian zombie game, basically. Yeah, open with photos. And this is at the end of the trailer. It's a little zombie baby. Kick the baby. You kicked the baby. Here's another meme. I didn't make this one either. Oh right, it's slow-mo because of the program. So
we shall conjure a southern wind.
A southern wind indeed. The zombie baby kick. It's awesome. This game looks cool. Because the thing about the zombies in this game is they don't really look like zombies. They just look like fucked up people. Like they have like mouth birth defects and they have like dent heads and they're covered in slime and they contort. And of course, I'm more scared of this fucking guy than I am of the zombie. Because I'm more scared of the cleanup crew than I am of the thing that needs cleaned up. Because he turns the corner and he points that 20mm cannon at you. Which is like, yep, I'm leaving. See ya. Let's see, what else do we have? Of course, we have this. Where is it? We have this. La Critura. I have more memes here. Here we go. Vanilla combat is boring, so I modded it to be more modern. Meanwhile, the playstyle: warrior, thief, mage. Modded characters. Female characters in modded Skyrim. Male characters in modded Skyrim. Think fast, chuckle nuts. Reminds you of Austin Powers kicking Mini-Me. Yeah, I remember that. So here was I made this one when Starfield came out. So this is a vintage meme. Starfield sucks. Typical Bethesda laziness. No, Starfield is perfect. Your expectations are too high. Starfield can't even run on my PC. Lamau just got my refund. LOL, same. Anyways, new J-Serper mod just dropped. Want to see it? Yes. What else do we have? Skyrim mod list. Redditor who thinks he's funny. Is this even Skyrim? I fucking hate that. It's like, yes, it is still Skyrim. You fuck. Ew, realism, so boring. Wow, so cool. Dark Souls armor is so unique. So, of course, the joke here is this armor is realistic. And it's not really a criticism, it's just a simple boiling it down to comedic effect. The thing about Dark Souls armor is it's just realistic armor with tattered cloth. So this is pretty much what Dark Souls armor is realistic, historically accurate armor just with tattered cloth. What else is there? What other memes do I have that I made? Oh yeah, this is the one when D&D Tube was like, because the new D&D 2024 rules were coming out, but it was on top, it was buried underneath a mountain of controversies that Wizards of the Coast built for themselves, because Wizards of the Coast is an evil company run by evil people. And D&D YouTubers were basically going, I actually like D&D. I shouldn't be ashamed. And then at the very end, it'd be like, this video was sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. Or it'd be something like,
you honor
oh,
the sixth house and the tribe unmourned? Come to me openly.
It is
and
drippy,
not by
though.
stealth.
Welcome in, TK. Thank you for the raid. Let me get you a shout out here. Welcome in. Hello, hello. We're just showing off my homegrown memes. Of course, if you have to do any post-stream stuff and you have to, like, eat some food or go for a walk or take a shower or go to bed, I totally understand. We will take care of your community. Yeah, let me get you an SO as well. You're probably playing some sort of, you're playing Tales of Bresteria, as I like to call it. Well, I hope you're having fun with that. It is midnight here. I can be here for a bit longer, though. I appreciate that, but don't feel like you have to push yourself. But yes, this is my D&D meme. So, I love Dungeons & Dragons. I shouldn't be ashamed to like it. I'm so brave for this, D&D YouTubers. This video has been sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. Or if they weren't sponsored by Wizards of the Coast, Wizards of the Coast gave them a free version of the Player's Handbook for the 2024 rulebook. So then they would go like, oh, I shouldn't be ashamed to like D&D. By the way, here they gave me free shit. I was like, come on now. Come on now. I didn't make this one, but I do like this. Yeah, you could say I have a porn addiction, an addiction to pouring myself another glass of mug root beer. Here's me. This is me. What else is there? Well, this is also one that's not mine, but I did download it, so I can share it. Godzilla had a stroke trying to read this and fucking died. So, well, thank you for the raid, TK. We're talking about gamers being shitty about people using options in a video game that are there by default. And so I had to show off my meme. The meme of, using followers is cheating. Be honest. Here's 10 reasons why using followers is a detriment. Be honest. I actually don't like using followers. Thank you. Because again, some people go like, oh, using followers is cheating. Don't do that. It's kind of like my brother in the 8. You downloaded 5,000 combat mods, and you didn't think to download mods to balance the party combat. What? That sounds like a skill issue. Okay, we actually do need to go across the way, so I'm just gonna... Oh, okay, we made it. Just gotta wait for our companions. Let's see. Tales of Bresteria, yes. The war crime simulator about being fantasy Osama bin Laden, but she's an allegory for the role of women in the patriarchal hero journey, and also she is half naked. You usually see it for Souls-likes. Yeah, that's what we were talking about, because Elden Ring got on the topic. Because the topic originated from, I might focus on medieval-themed content for a stream, but I don't know if I want to do that, so it's just something I'm considering. I guess we'll just make our way onto the ship. Ah, shit, I did it again. Oh, we zooming. Come on, boys, catch up. Here they come. Okay, Griffith, I need you to... Come here. I don't need my other two, I just need you. There's a mod that disables followers only in combat. Why would you... It seems counterintuitive. Adds follower... Grabs a follower, adds a mod that makes it so they aren't there half the time. Okay, Griffith, what are you doing? Okay, well, I'm just gonna do it this way. Okay, well, I guess we're going in. Technically, the main issues with followers in Skyrim is that vanilla legendary difficulty gives them the insane stats as the enemies. Oh yeah, that's the main problem. Not everyone plays in legendary difficulty though.
The way these ships are designed, the
Still making us
captain's quarters are on the lower deck.
Souls-like Skyrim mod
Probably
list.
have to fight our way down.
Guess they became the peanut gallery. I guess so. Actually, it's an interior, so let's do first person.
You won't get the best of me.
Ma'am?
Skyrim belongs to the Nords.
Yeah, these guys are a little tough. Oh! You need to move so I can get through. I don't suppose this is... Yeah, I was enabled. Okay.
Victory!
Overheads!
Kill him.
Huh?
Are you even doing damage to me? Hit me. Come on, hit me. Hit me for real. Hit me for real. I'm not TGM'd.
Not quite good enough, are you?
Maybe I can get him from here.
My steel will be your death.
Oh, I think I know what's happening. Hold on. Stop it. Don't do it. I was like, bro, stop hitting me. As I'm hitting him on accident. Sir? Bear? Where's bro going? You.
Yes.
Okay.
Until next time.
I think he's supposed to go aggro, but he wasn't.
That's your best, huh?
Oh, I have the wrong... I have the wrong shout turned on. Oh, okay. You come here. Stop hitting me.
I'll let you live this time.
Why am I taking no damage?
Be
My armor's not that good.
Poor bastard's better off.
Did he clip up to the top? There we go.
Die, you filthy beast.
Hold on. Game done goofed. Also, it's a little dark in here. There we go. and you still steamroll everything with your mod list. Then again, I'm a glass cannon mage with usually at least one follower. I want to figure out how to make a mod where conjured NPCs and followers are only available for combat in the vicinity of a boss. Interesting. That would be interesting. Okay.
I told you, idiots, I didn't want to be disturbed.
It was 20 years ago. There was a small town in Cyrodiil that blended into the countryside. My father always joked it was too small to be on any map. And when the visitors came by, they felt like explorers, discovering the town for the first time. But for me, it was the only place that felt like home. Yet after that day, I realized the whole thing was just a ruse. You made those maps, and you never put our town there for a reason.
Of course it would be you.
So you do remember?
Don't be absurd. I haven't the slightest idea what you're talking about. I don't know who you are, but I know what you are, and I know what you are not. In my time, I have challenged jarls and kings, armies and empires. I've been targeted by everyone from the Brotherhood to the remnants of the old Morag Dong. I challenged the gods themselves, and neither Daedric Prince nor the makers of the realm could fell me. Of course it was you, boy. The others were not so foolish, nor were they as brave.
I've waited my entire life for this moment.
As have I, boy. Don't disappoint me now.
I should
I've
have
had
figured
enough
he
of
would
you.
remember. They never do.
It won't bring your family back, but I hope you found some measure of peace.
We'll see. But it wasn't just me. I had a lot of help. Not just today, but back at the mill. In any case, let's get back to the inn. Morgan might get fidgety without me there.
Okay. Grabbing that death bell. I'm gonna take the quill. Oh,
All right.
Okay.
You've had enough.
I want the quill. And I want the inkwell. Because I can use those. I think I can use the quill. I mean, when something is named Griffith, ew. What the devil is happening? We're doing a 3D NPC quest, so... we're just finishing it up. I don't know what I can do with a sack of barley flour. That's unlocked. Well, grab that. Don't need food, because I butchered a bear and got a lot of meat, and that gave me the ability to make shitloads of bear jerky again, so we're back on the jerky diet. Guess I'm grabbing the basket. This is where better third-person selection would actually be cool, because you can hold shift and scroll, and you can scroll through the items. Dwemer Raton shield. Hope my lantern doesn't burn out. Grab the salt. Lots of food in here. Butter. Okay. You know what? I could use another wooden bowl. I like that there's no music in this interior. Silly, silly, silly. You know what? I'll take the wooden ladle as well. Just in case mine breaks. You might go, your wooden ladles can break? Yes, they can. That is from the mod... Andre Alphys's Forgotten Clutter. It makes it so that if you're eating something out of a bowl, there's a very small chance that you accidentally break your spoon, which I think is hilarious. But also it means I have to get another wooden ladle because with the mod crafting requires tools, I need a wooden ladle in order to use a cook pot. So if my wooden ladle breaks, I'm gonna need a new one. All right, let's turn our lantern off. Let's go outside. We'll head back to Nightgate Inn. So we have to find a road sign that goes south from the Western Road. Yes, the Western Road. I had to think my directions correctly. Okay. Then I gotta feed and water my Lawbringer. Oh, man. Actually, we'll do that next time. Welcome in, Cozy. Hello, hello. Sorry to say, but we're just ending here. New VTube character? Yes. Probably the last time you were here, we were probably using the cat model. Now, regardless of the cat model or the knight model, this is technically on a loop because VTube Studio doesn't, or rather, my computer doesn't like it when I'm running VTube Studio, heavily modded Skyrim, and OBS, and streaming at the same time. The main load is from heavily modded Skyrim, but so when we're not streaming Skyrim or Fallout 4, we can use our VTube model. So, and I think we're going to forego the focus on Skyrim and Fallout 4, at least temporarily, so that it can play other games like Chivalry 2. Now, again, overnight, we're not we're not immediately going to be switching to medieval content only. But I think I want to have a heavier focus on medieval content while still doing other content on the side. So tomorrow we're going to do another picker wheel stream where we put Skyrim, Fallout 4, and Chivalry 2 on the wheel. So then we'll play either 3 of those. So now that we've saved, let's close the game. Thank you all for stopping by. That's 4 hours. I do have to limit myself to 4 hours because otherwise my voice is not happy. So, but let's find somebody to raid. Let's find somebody to raid. Let's see. Weirdest Builds is live. Yeah, let's go raid Weirdest Builds. He's a OG. He's really cool. I'm gonna send you off to him. Oh, invalid username. Did I get it wrong? I probably spelled it wrong. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna send you off to Klee. That's his nickname is Klee. And he was Klee before Genshin Impact. So I will see you over at Weirdest Builds channel. We'll see you tomorrow for some more Picker Wheel gaming. And I will see you later. Bye-bye!